Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to get real tough from here on out. And the reason is, it's time to give all your excuses a parking place. And it's time to start moving forward. So, if you want to jump off, now's the time. Otherwise, the train's rolling on. Here's what we're going to do. The first rule of wealth. It isn't how much you make, it's how much you keep. Do you realize a guy working at McDonald's who puts away $25 a week, puts it into his own personal retirement account because he doesn't make a whole lot of money, could be richer than a six-figure CEO who spends every dime he makes along with any credit card money that he gets, and he's just living check to check. It's all in how you manage your income. And that's what we're going to look at on this episode. What I want you to do, we're going to do this the quick, easy way. And what I want to look at is how much do you make every week or every 2 weeks? And I want you to write that down. Then the next thing I want you to write down is how much is your rent payment or your mortgage payment, as well as do you have a car payment? How much is your living expenses, your electric bill, your gas bill? How much does your spouse make? Do you have a second car payment? What we're trying to get to here is exactly how much money you have coming in every month versus how much money do you have going out the door. Do you have several credit card payments? This is all stuff I want you to write down. And what we're going to look at is how much money do you have left at the end of the month, so to speak? Are you putting any money into a savings account? Are you putting money into 401k? Does all your money go towards paying your bills? These are all hard questions that you need to ask yourself and be honest about it. Because what we're going to do here is we may be looking to make short-term cuts for long-term gains. In other words, how high is your cable bill? Is that something that you could turn off while you're building your business and use the money elsewhere? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, I have kids that never be able to live without the TV and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'll be honest with you. They'll be fine. What it comes down to is we need to pull money from somewhere for you to be able to build your online business. As we're putting together the $1 Million Roadmap, you're going to have some funds available to be able to do the kind of stuff that it takes to put that income together. So now we're taking the first step. We're looking at what you make now and what you spend. Remember in an earlier episode when I said that today's lifestyle is a product of how you spent all your yesterdays up until now? Well, when we start doing your budget, you'll see just how true that really is. You know, one of the things, and I was guilty of this myself, people will put more thought into buying a car than they will to building their financial future. And I'm somebody who, I bought a lot of cars. I wasted a lot of money just because I would see stuff that I liked and I made good money, and next thing you know, I was driving a new vehicle. But that wasn't key principles to building wealth. Now, not that I want you driving a junk car or anything like that, but what we're going to look at here is how can we put money aside for you and your family to reach the lifestyle of their dreams? We're going to invest in you now. This is where it gets real. It gets real serious here. Is the way you're spending your money right now getting you the results that you want to have for the lifestyle of your dreams? That's just a brief touch on, we're starting your budget now, obviously, as you can tell. And it's tough to be honest with yourself about the way you spend your money, because you've got habits, whatever those habits may be, and they're tough to change. You feel like you're going backwards in life, and you're really not. What you're doing to change your world, we got to change you. And we're turning you into that $1 million business owner right now. That's all I have for this episode of The Money Wheel. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.